this initiative it's just 1 year,
yes,
right?
just 1 year.
And you would proudly say that you've achieved your aim?
Yeah, we've achieved a lot of things through SGB and Oyo State, and even the Technical University, which is the first in West Africa. So basically, Oyo State wants to build, according to His Excellency, because it's the vision of His Excellency, wants to build on the vision, on what the old sage has done for us in Oyo State. We are Ashiwaju. We always record first in a lot of things, including education. And we would like to build on that and reposition ourselves as the pace-setter state.
Okay, Professor, let me take you on the funding. You talked about the board. Yes. They have to develop the infrastructure in the school. How do they get their funding?
Thank you. First and foremost, let me clarify membership of the board. We said we have two categories of the SGB. We have the one that we call the lead stakeholders. For instance, prior to 1976, before the then president and the head of state of Nigeria, General Obasanjo, took over all schools in the country, you know that there were some schools that were established by missionaries, individuals, and things like that, So, but ever since that 1976, the government ability to take care of schools, has plummeted. So, to the extent that there's a financial problem and difficulties, So, what we have done is that the lead stakeholders, we identify the funders of those institutions before. For instance, let's say a particular school was funded by Islamic organization, so the lead stakeholder will come from that particular body. From Catholic, it will come from that body. So that their idea ab initio, before they establish the school, they will still be able to do some of those things within the context of new arrangement. So currently we have lead stakeholder school governing board, and we will have the one that we call the general school governing board. That lead stakeholder is the one which I've just explained. The other one is that you have some old students which are, there are some schools that have been in existence for quite some time, and you have their old students very strong, and they have made it in society. So those ones are in the leadership of such the other school governing board. But the composition is such that the principal of the school is the secretary of the board. Then you have a nominee from PTA, Parent Teacher Association. You have a nominee from Old Student Association. Then the head boy or the head girl of the school is also a member for future understanding of the policy, and you also have philanthropists in the board. There's what you call education development levy of 1,000 naira per term that each student is supposed to pay. This money is domiciled with the board. So it's now the prerogative of the board to utilize the fund the way they feel that this is the best option or what they require in a particular school. For instance, some schools, you may require chairs. Some, you may require infrastructure development. Some, you may need computers. Those are the things that you address by the board. But what you have, and then you also have capacity to also raise funds, from private initiatives, from companies around in the neighborhood, and so on and so forth. But what we have found out that in the last 1 year, the school governing board has been able to expend close to 2 billion in education system in Oyo State, which is a major achievement. In fact, right now, even the old students are competing among themselves because it's a clarion call. You have called everybody that, look, come and do something into a system that produced you. So people have been coming, responding to that clarion call. So we have been able to change infrastructure. We have also been able to change curricula in the sense that you are able to, the management of the school has been devolved such that all hands are now on desk concerning that. So that is what has been done in terms of infrastructure development and capacity building. I also need to state that apart from the effort that we are getting from the school governing board, government is also not abandoning the responsibility towards the school. Recently, just about 4 weeks ago, Oyo State government has awarded a contract of 2 billion naira to build infrastructure, to build the new schools and renovate some in 100 schools in Oyo State. And equally, we have also awarded 3.7 billion naira worth of projects in our primary schools. So apart from what the school governing board has done, so in the last 1 year, if the school governing board has been able to inject 2 billion into the system, the government itself has been able to inject about 6 billion into the system. We now see that all us are really on deck to make sure that education is not what it used to be, that the paradigm should change. But let me also say that prior to 2016, the best we have had in WAEC result was a 21% pass rate. You know, immediately we came up with this various policy. We said, one, there won't be any automatic promotion again in your state. The policy of character building, school governing board. The last result of in Oyo State was 54.4%. That was the best result in the last 18 years. You know, this is a remarkable change in the educational paradigm. And we are able to achieve this one because of the doggedness of the governor of the state. You know, because he has met with all sorts of resistance from people who misunderstood his actions.
All right. All right.
Yes.
BC, I understand that the entire Southwest is planning to actually adopt this model. Now, is this also a model you probably advocate or recommend for the federal government to adopt?
Yes, definitely. Because the way we are working in Oyo State, as led by His Excellency, the Governor of the state, is that we want to look at what has been unprecedented, which we call Kusheleri. We want to do things a different way so that we can get a different result. You can't keep on doing the same thing and wanting a different result without changing your game. So really, we want to change our game, want to look at the entire holistic way of delivering value addition in education. Education is not just the classroom. It's not about the classroom. It's about the psycho element. It has some psycho elements. It has the soft skills. It also has, of course, it has the management issues as well as the teacher's capability, which a lot of our policies in the nation tend not to look at. So we are looking at the capabilities of our teachers, improving their motivation and incentive, as well as also looking at what will give us a short win, a quick win in education.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Professor Adeni Olofela and BC Akin Alabi. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.